Hi guys, welcome back to the Butterfly Effect podcast. It's me, your favourite person, Liam, and I'm joined by Jack.
Hello.
And we've just on the back of watching the Gamescom, there's been more Devil in Me footage. There's been a release date trailer. Jack, we've just watched it. We're going to do a trailer breakdown for everyone. So Jack and I are going to play it at the same time. And we're just going to pause it and play it and analyse the crap out of this. Jack, any thoughts before going forward?
No, let's just see what it brings.
Okay, great.
Peggy 18.
Where the hell are we?
Yeah, I suppose initial impressions, absolutely loving the fact that you've got swinging gates coming open, there's hidden passages behind walls. I'm really digging this so far.
Yeah, it looks very Saw-like, what we discussed.
Get the fuck out of here.
So we had initial predictions. I know you said it, that these two here, Kate and this person here, might be a couple. I'm seeing them in a lot of early shots together, and that might reinforce that argument. I'm not, I know it's really weak to go on, but I reckon Kate and whoever this person is could be a couple.
What the hell was that?
We're trapped.
What do we do? Is this a good idea?
I don't see any other options.
Actually, something just from that shot there with something coming through the wall, but I'm pretty sure I saw a shot earlier in this as well where it looks like the killer's following you, which, to be honest, that kind of surprises me. I was almost expecting this figure to have like these traps set up and then maybe like they pull levers in the background and that does the dirty work and then they just take away the body. But the fact that there's going to be the killer following you around in the murder castle, I really like the sound of that. Like there's going to be huge potential for some like really good horror moments there.
That's it. There's this shot earlier of the lady who called Erin, who would be revealed to be, who's hiding from this figure under a table almost. And it's confirmed. I was going to say that as well, that there's a killer in the building with you. Now, whether I'm pretty surprised as well, because I thought it would be Grantham Dumais or whatever in the background. But yeah, it looks like the killer will be in the house with us. And also, is it one of the other five, we'll have to see.
Indeed.
This has been weird every step of the way, and now it's getting scary.
So yeah, new exploring mechanics, so that's something that's very different as well. I'm really intrigued to see what that brings. We're going to see, and I'll talk more about it as we go forward, but there's a few more things such as I'll show on screen now, there's vaulting. It almost looks like they're shimmying. And there's balancing across a beam. I mean, Jack, what are your reactions to that? That's such a step up to what we've seen.
It really is. I really like the sound of it. It just opens up doors for, even finding clues, for example. Like, there could be a situation where, you simply by you vaulting over something, maybe you have to shimmy past something, and you then find an important clue that can help solve the mystery and the characters. So, yeah, a very, very good addition.
Wonder if it can add to the horror element as well. Like, maybe we can jump and accidentally fall down and kill a character off. Maybe we can get chased by this murderer and we have to jump over ledges and stuff. Like, that just seems so fascinating to me.
Ah, yeah, exactly. Maybe he's at the bottom waiting or something. Or could there be, when you're balancing on something, a floor of spikes? It's like these sorts of things. So, yeah, there's endless creative opportunities here. So, my expectations are just going up and up at this point.
This is beyond messed up.
Just a very minor point. I mean, I know that this has been covered by other people in the community already, but there's a couple of shots here that do confirm that you will go outside at some point. So I think that this is apparently set on an island. I do think it's healthy to have a good balance of being indoors and outdoors. I'd have probably been fine with the game taking place indoors, but I do like that you can get outside environments, whether it's, raining or stormy. It's just dark. You know, you can really create the atmosphere a lot better, I think.
Jamie.
So character inventory, that is something that's very new as well. So as we can see, this person in the shot, the British one of the lot, is holding maybe like a matchstick or a lighter or something. Maybe that's an item you can bring with you, but you might not have it. Maybe it can be vital to whether he lives or dies. So yeah, also, will there be a capacity? Will it be that we have to pick certain items over others and pick what's wise to take with us? It just adds another dimension to these dark picture anthology games, and I'm just really excited to see what this feature can bring me.
Definitely. And you know what? I think in a follow-up shot, we're about to see Erin, and I think she might suffer with asthma because she has, what are they called?
Inhaler.
Just an inhaler, yeah. And she has an inhaler, and I think that she actually ends up in perhaps potentially like a gas room or something after this. So maybe that could really sway your choice. I don't know, but like that could be part of her inventory, which is actually a nice little character quirk, but also useful for the game and the plot moving forward.
Over here. Check this out.
It's a puzzle.
So yeah, new gameplay challenges. So we see that there's a variety of puzzles. It kind of shows you how to, do one of them maybe. Jack and I, we're massive fans of escape rooms. The thought of there being more puzzles added to this, it just really thrills me because these games haven't been the biggest on throwing us like a variety of puzzles. We might have like a little one in Man of Medan where you've got to hit the window out with the lightning at the right time. There might be the one, like in the quarry where you've got to do the breaker puzzle, which is a little confusing, like a bit mathsy. This just looks good. You can see the color coding matching with the sequences. It means I'm going to head into this game really keeping an eye out for like numbers and sequences. And yeah, are you as thrilled as I am?
Oh, absolutely, mate. You know me, I love my puzzles. I love solving things. Like, this is honestly, so far, it's ticking so many boxes. Like, I'm getting more and more hyped for this game just by watching this trailer. But yeah, like, it's going to be interesting, like, to what my approach is going to be. Is it every time that I get into a puzzle, I'm going to hit the pause menu button to, sort of sit there for a minute and try and work it out? Or will I pressurize myself to work it out in real time? I don't know. Like, it adds like different gameplay dynamics and ways that you can approach the game. So I'm all for it.
A riddle of some sort. Tricks and traps, playing games.
That's not what I was expecting.
What was that?
7 hours of gameplay. Now, I don't know if this is very different to the other games. I think, I remember hearing Man of Medan might have been around the 6-hour mark. I think House of Ashes might have been slightly longer, gunning towards like the 8 or 9 hour mark. But yeah, 7 hours of gameplay. Any general reaction to that, Jack?
Oh, I don't know, I think that Man of Medan, Little Hope were in like the 4.5 area. I think House of Ashes might have been 5.5. So I do think that actually the devil in me, we're getting extra gameplay for our buck, I do think actually the price has gone up with it as well. But yeah, like if we're basing it just on the House of Ashes, essentially getting like an extra hour and a half, mate, for like the average gameplay.
I agree. And one thing I criticize these DPA games for doing is very much straying from the character development. Like the Until Dawn and Quarry characters are head and shoulders more developed, more than the DPA characters. And it's an unfair comparison because of like the game length. We've got a lot more time to explore the likes of Ryan, Emma, and Dylan versus, say, I don't know, Conrad and Brad and Daniel in Little Hope. So I'm just hoping that we get a little more out of these characters, this 5, and I guess we'll talk more about them in a minute. But yeah, hopefully we get a lot more character development because of this 7 hour of gameplay time.
Can't handle much more of this. There's a lot of miles between eccentric and murderous. You okay? Not even close.
So yeah, it's confirmed here, as mentioned before, one of the characters is called Erin. We knew Kate Wilder, the one played by Jessie Buckley. I just want to talk a little bit about the characters. The Wikia also says that one of the characters is called Jamie. I'm not sure which one. If I had to guess, I think it's the female spelling, so I have a feeling it might be the lady in the middle that was formerly Fliss in Man of Medan. So we have a little bit of character knowledge there. As you mentioned before, you've got Erin. She's got asthma, so she's struggling for her breathing, and already we have a really tough choice. I can't imagine that one will die here because there's probably a trophy to get a perfect playthrough where everyone can survive. So I have a feeling that maybe Kate, with my theory of her being a potential saboteur, can't die here or something, but maybe Erin can. So maybe it's a little bit like a Ashley and Josh choice in Until Dawn. But already it's showing us an early choice here, and it's one that looks immense, that it's gonna, put a lot of pressure on when we're playing. Any reaction to that, Jack?
No, absolutely. In terms of especially the comparison with Until Dawn and like the Ashley and Josh thing, yeah, like I'd imagine like looking at this choice, is this a choice where this always happens? In which case, going off what I said earlier with Erin having asthma, I'd go to kill Kate and then I'd expect her to stay alive for whatever reason, or at least buy enough time to somehow get her out. Or is it a situation where through a series of choices it has led to this point where one of them has to die? So very interesting. Of course, it says at the top there, online shared story. So it's obviously a feature we've got used to from other games, which is good. And I imagine this one's going to be so enjoyable to play for shared story. You're going to be wanting to talk to one another after each particular section with various things that have happened in this game. So yeah, happy to move on, mate.
He wants to choose, doesn't he? Oh my god. If we don't do something, both of them will die.
We have to choose. Now!
Ah!
Get the fuck out any way you can.
I suppose one thing I'll say here, from that I suppose it encompasses the whole trailer, really, I'm loving the variety of traps it seems to be going on. Of course, you've got like the gas room. It looks like there's a buzzsaw. I'm convinced I saw something earlier on as well that took inspiration from one of the Saw films, where I think there's glass that gets dropped into like some sort of machine and then it just gets fired out at the characters, which of course then sort of cuts them and over time would kill them. It looked like that. It was a very quick cut, but I couldn't make out. But just the sheer variety. I'm really looking forward to like the different traps and the different puzzles as a result of these traps that we have to come up against, mate. I don't know about you.
Yeah, and it does look like we have some leaked potential death possibilities. We see, two of the characters falling. One from a really great height, actually. So it's already going to make me go into this gameplay really weary about, some of the places I'm going to go and how I handle them. Also, I just wanted to say, based off of the sword traps you mentioned, I'm really loving the darker tones. We're seeing a lot more blood, a lot more traps. We're seeing like a hanging body, just blood on the walls, and like, the really gruesome sort of almost like mechanic people within the lab. And I don't think we've hit that level of kind of, darkness from the other 3 games quite yet. So yeah, like, I mean, we're watching Expanse on the same day where, you've got like those heads in the chamber, and now we've got this. It's like, we're having a very tasteful evening with what we're watching at this Gamescom evening, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've really upped the ante for horror, which is good, and that's what a season finale should be like. So, absolutely, let's rock on.
And I mean, this is the final thing to mention, really. Jack, your prediction was for the game to come out on your birthday, the 17th of November. Firstly, remind me why that was. It was something to do with H.H. Holmes, wasn't it?
It was. So on the 17th of November, 1894, or is it 1884? It's something like that. That's the date that H.H. Holmes got apprehended for his crimes. So I thought that there'd be a nice time. But as it is, that would fall on a Thursday this year. And of course, they do have a tradition of bringing it out on a Friday, which of course I quite like, because you can go into the weekend, you ain't got to think about work or anything the next day. But from a personal point of view, God, it's like the day after my birthday. Like, I'm just gonna have to like wait, I guess, for that but late birthday present. But overall, I'm quite content with this release date. It gives a bit of time to build up hype. I know it's been a couple of months since The Quarry, but I think that's a healthy gap between both games. And yeah, of course, it's got all of the platforms there as well, mate.
Yeah, I'm dead excited. You know, like when we were getting to this sort of level of like getting close to The Devil in Me. When The Quarry came over, it really wiped my excitement for The Devil in Me because I was just so excited for The Quarry because it was such a big blockbuster game. But now that that's passed, and I would say I hated The Quarry, I was underwhelmed in areas, but it has happened, and I've accepted that, and I'm looking for the next thing. We've got The Devil in Me, and I don't know if it's just seeing a trailer and getting hyped for like for the sake of just having seen the trailer, and it's like my goosebumps are still standing. But I wonder if this is going to compete with me, for being like up there with the other great games, because Until Dawn and The Quarry have such a gulf for me after between that and House of Ashes, which is just my favourite DPA game. And I'm wondering if this Devil in Me can not only beat the House of Ashes, which I think it might, but get up there and really give Until Dawn and Quarry a run for their money. I don't know if that's just me being way too wishful thinking here, Jack. But yeah, I'm really hyped for this game.
Oh, I'd hope so. Like, if it could contend with those games, because I do put Until Dawn and Quarry above the rest of the Dark Pictures anthology so far. But I think because it's a finale, because it's slightly longer and it's the right sort of horror, that things that I'm into, my expectations are going to be very high going into this. So I hope that I'm not ultimately let down or underwhelmed or anything, but all of the things in this trailer so far have been ticking boxes for me. So first impressions, big thumbs up from me.
Yeah, honestly, I mirror everything you say there. So I mean, guys, if you're excited for The Devil in Me, just honestly release your hype, unbottle it in the comments section. If there's things that we missed and you want to talk about from that trailer breakdown, let us know, and then we can read, and then we'll break them down again later. So yeah, guys, just honestly tell us your overall thoughts about this release date trailer, and we'll get closer to the bridge when we get there. But we can start discussing about how I'm going to tackle it. Maybe I'll book the Friday off and give you guys a gameplay if that's something you guys would be interested in. So yeah, Jack, anything to add?
Yeah, of course. So obviously, guys, if you've enjoyed this content, go on our playlist, look on our channel. We have done other Devil in Me videos. We've done theories, trailer breakdowns, a very comprehensive plot twist reveal question mark. So yeah, go and check that out if you wish. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much, guys. See you soon.